Can you straighten? Hi, everybody. I'm assuming I'm on.
You are.
And this is Eliz-sha Keating for WisdomSeekers.net for May 10th to the 16th, 2020 for Air, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And the first card is Release. And if you've been paying attention to what's happening in the energies and on local and higher up government, there's a lot of shifting and changing happening. As I say all the time, as above, so below. Well, the government's middle, it's not above, but it's still happening. There's still shifts and changes. We are having to release very quickly, like from one day to the next, our belief system in what we thought was right. And of course, some of us are going to say, yep, nope, I'm still following the party line. And other people are going to say, crap, we've been crapped on for years. Choose what you want, go for it. But at the same time, allow the new to come in. Allow the new to release. Release you from that which was. And, okay, and this card's been up all week. And it's the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles is the master craftsman working at his craft. And we are the master craftsman. We are doing what we can for the best we can. And that means when we have to release, it's going to work well. You're going to do great. Will it be a shock? Well, if it's happening on the physical level, when I say physical level, I mean to you, it's going to be tough, but it's good. As I was telling one person, it's like we're in a washing machine. It's going, we're in the wash cycle. We haven't come to the spin cycle yet, where it throws out all the old water. We're still in the wash cycle. So, I mean, our head's being spun around. You spin me right round, baby, right round. Okay, got that? We're being spun. But we can handle it because we're master craftsmen. So we've got the ability to handle that stuff. And besides that, somewhere we already knew about it. What covers us? The Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles. And you will notice the base cards are all about money. The Seven of Pentacles is having put in the effort, we are reaping the rewards. Having listened to all that narrative, our self-narrative, our inner narrative, the hyperbole from higher up in governments, etc., we are now letting our minds not be the answer, not give us the answer. We're letting our hearts give the answer. We're letting our mind saying, yeah, have you thought about? Is that really a good idea? And the heart's going, yeah, I've thought about it. Good idea? I don't know yet. Let's keep the spin cycle going for a bit longer. So the Seven of Pentacles is reaping the reward after having put in the effort. But it is also a farmer who at times does not reap the reward for having put in the effort that he could have. So there is the potential still that we can not reap the rewards that we want to reap. This is a choice. This is a choice which is made on a subconscious level. And I suspect in our case, it's our personal level and whether we want to change how society interacts on a a much higher level. Personally, and this is not part of the reading, I would like to see a change. I would like to see us move into what has been prophesied of 1,000 years of the golden times, where we interact with each other. We treat each other with love and respect. We don't look at whether you have blue eyes or gray eyes or green eyes. We don't judge on physical merits. We judge on energetic, spiritual manners. And then again, we don't need to judge. We just acknowledge. All right. So yes, personally, I would like a shift and change. If we for us, it will not be 1% of the population gets, what is it? Last I heard, it was $23 to the world population getting $1. It won't happen. It will shift and change. So equality, we will have more things because, for the simple reason that there would be more to spend, but also because we interact with each other, we trade with each other, we are there for each other. That makes a whole whack of difference. All right, and what's behind us is the death. And death, yes, we do have to go through a mini death to move forward in every situation, whether it's good or bad. When we want to move forward from a situation, there is always a mini death. So in this case, COVID-19 has caused many physical deaths, but it's also brought to light what is happening in our society, and it will cause a death of belief. I have believed in you firmly. No, it's not happening. But again, on a physical level, there's something within us that is moving forward. We are allowing something to move out, which is, again, a mini death. But from there, we move into the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands says, we have a great deal of support. And this is from the guides. They're transmuting our energy for us, which they're taking more than we can handle, and they're transmuting it so that we can, on a personal level, handle more things, more energy, more beliefs. And Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is all about the power center. The power center is, can you answer that for me?
Just read.
Yeah, the power center is all about, do we need to prove ourselves, or do we just acknowledge this is who we are and move forward? There's some of us are going to have to posture and grow and do all these things, but it's not necessary because we're aware of who we are. We've gone through that mini death. We have their support, and we've worked our butts off. So we don't really need to posture and show off. We can choose to. We don't need to do anything. We can choose. We can choose to be proud of who we are and be glad of what's happening, and look at our future, or the hard work we've done, and say, hey, yeah, look at that. We've done it, and be proud of ourselves. So the next card is to use your intuition, and that is vital in this time. You do not want to use other people's intuition like mine. You want to use your own, because you want to know that what you're feeling and what you're doing is right. There will be, this is the Five of Wands. Oh, pardon me, this is the Queen of Cups. The Five of Wands is protecting that which is yours. Well, that should have gone over with the Knight of Pentacles, or the Power Center. But it didn't. It's with your intuition. So be ready to say, stand in your power. And that's basically what it is. Standing in your power and say, no, this is what I think. This is what I believe. Whether other people believe it or not is moot. People are going to be at the level they're at, and they were going to see things from the level they're at. And every one of us will see things individually. That is perfectly all right. So what supports us along the way? The Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is basically telling us that we're moving from probably adolescence into adulthood in our spiritual growth. We're going to a more not a superior, but a more adult form of happiness and joy. That's okay. It will be different from what you expect, and that people realize what you're moving from to what you're moving to. And this week, this week, you're moving from one level of understanding to a new level of understanding about yourself, about society at large. It's fine. So the Knight of Cups, it says that's what supports you. And that's a suggestion of strength, because we have all that inner strength. We are powerful. We have the balance. The water is emotions, right? But the frog that's in here is transformation. So we have all the promises of this happening, not necessarily this week, but we have that promise. And the Holy Grail, he's holding the Holy Grail. And we have started to find the Holy Grail. And it has to do, in this case, with our power chakra. And are we going to allow change? We're going to choose change this week. And we're going to choose it consciously. And we've already gone through the mini death, which is part of the tower. So I'm going to put that with the mini death. But what this does, the tower, it opens up new energy. So you have so much more energy to work with, to move forward with, to think with. You're going to find that you're going to have new ideas come into your mind, new thoughts and belief systems, okay? So the last two cards, I'm going to read the last one first, is the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles means that all our little soldiers of energy that we've kept over here and kept over there, coming together so we become a complete whole. And I'm talking about this on a level of I and a level of we. So things are coming together in a very positive way because we allowed mini death. We allowed the tower, which will open up new energy. And what does it bring us to? It brings us to one of my favorite cards. I have a lot of favorite cards. The Fool. And why is the Fool a favorite card? Because the potential's wide open. We can do just about anything we want. But first of all, we have to release. And then you find that opportunity beckons. But yes, we can do just about anything we want. We can become, if you're somebody who's worked in a 9-to-5 job, you might suddenly say, heck with that, I want to be a farmer, and just walk away. Or maybe you're a farmer and you want to work a 9-to-5 job. You have the potential to do anything you want. And you will have the freedom to think in any way you want. All right? So opportunities are coming or beckoning. But most important of all, let it go. And I am here. I am late, but that's life.
This is why we don't have a schedule.
That's why we don't have a schedule.
Mama B starts us off with, hello.
Hi, Mama B.
Will there be any money problems between me and Michael?
Unfortunately, I believe there will be a few. I don't know whether he and you will be able to work it out or not, but he has a low. It's like he's holding anger in at a low threshold, and every once in a while it spikes out, and it comes out not necessarily. Doesn't necessarily come out in a very nice way. Sometimes it comes out and it's kind of nasty. So good luck, and good luck.
Leticia Espinosa says hi.
Hi.
Moon Feather asks, hi ladies, how are you? I was just wondering if my guides have any advice for me at this time. My emotions are running rampant. Please and thank you.
So I'm going to suggest really strongly that you do some grounding, and you are probably empath par excellence, and right now, doesn't matter who you are, the energy is on a global basis inconceivably rampant. So I would recommend, as much as you can, find a way to shield, ground, and if you have a garden, work in the garden as much as you can. If you don't have a garden, that's also all right. Find a way to spend time looking after you, and now is the time to look after you more than anything. Also, remember we have this huge moon that's going out, and it's a powerful moon. It's a water moon, and it's not taking any prisoners, basically, this moon. So if you're affected by this moon, you're affected by this moon, and that's all there is to it. And basically, that's what your guides are suggesting, is that you spend as much time in self-care as you possibly can. And if that means watching drivel TV for a bit, watch drivel TV for a bit. There's a Canadian show that my daughter and I have been watching, and it's drivel. And it's the one about the princess or the queen.
Vagrant Queen.
Vagrant Queen.
It's a Canadian show on the Sci-Fi Channel.
And it's badly acted.
So bad. It's
great. They steal every scene from every sci-fi movie that's ever been.
And every time they go to a different planet, the underline of like location it's a different galaxy.
Not yours. It is mindless.
That's great.
They have great choreography for fights.
And the actress who plays
the queen,
the main character.
It's very beautiful.
She's also like a super badass warrior type person, and like this cute guy. He's also Doc Holliday in Winona Earp, for those who watch it.
So the actors are not horrible,
no,
but the acting is horrible.
The story is garbage, but
it's fun. I love it.
He plays a great coward.
Yeah, he whines constantly. It is a great show not to think.
Oh yeah,
it is, and it's exactly what I'm recommending. A great show not to think. And I don't know. There's not that many. It's this year, but if you don't want to think and you just want to sit and laugh and go, "Oh God, did they really say that?" That's the show to watch.
It really is. It's a good show.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a Rotten Tomato show that you sit and sort of like.
It's the kind of show
turns into a cult follower.
Yeah, it's the kind of show that the Attack of the Tomatoes,
Rotten Tomatoes, yeah,
became.
Yeah,
like, everybody was like, "It's garbage," but it's still a movie that you.
It's so bad you love it
and laugh.
But it's not a thinking show. So go out and enjoy that. I highly recommend you don't feel, do as little feeling as possible for yourself right now. Anybody who is a high empath and doesn't yet have all the tools to protect yourself from picking up other people's emotions, watch shows like that. Or another one would be to get Mexican soap.
Telenovelas.
Yeah. Even if you can't follow the language, they're hilarious. I love them.
They're right up there with Days of Our Lives.
Yeah. Only more so.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, more so.
It's very much the dun dun dun. My husband has a twin.
Yeah, and it's poorly acted, and they're hilarious. And you don't have to speak Spanish to understand them. But do something that stops you from focusing on the energy you're in, and really, that's the best I can do for you. Walking in dirt, physical dirt, breathing deeply into the nose, big belly, sigh out 3 times. Don't do it more, otherwise you get lightheaded. Grab air, pull it down. That'll give you a few minutes to just breathe, and know that this is not going to last forever. Okay. So that was and I should put that in. We have no affiliation with that show.
With any shows that we're talking about.
These are just shows that we think are hilarious.
Yeah, that we've enjoyed presently or in the past.
Yeah. So, but don't think constantly. Try and not thinking. Watching dumb shows that have no redeemable value is a good way of doing it.
Angel T asks, who's the better man for me, Gemini or Libra?
You're not going to like the answer, but I think you would prefer the Gemini on the long run.
Mary Rashid says, I'm going to book a reading with you soon.
Thank you. That would be awesome. I always love meeting new people.
Lily Dulo asks, hello, ladies, how do you feel? I have more than one job offer, but I feel working for my own is best for me. Will this energy of job clear in 1 to 2 months?
I don't get the question.
Will this energy of
I understand that.
Yeah, I'm reading what I
Oh, no, I know that. I don't quite follow the question unfortunately. I will say that I'm going to put it this way because I'm opting out. You have the answer. You have it. You're very good at the answer. And you actually know exactly what you want to do. And I think you always know what you want to do. And I believe that that you're going to choose to make the right decision for yourself. And I'm going to, as I say, I don't quite follow the question, which I know it's fairly clear, but the energy behind it isn't. You are going to choose the right option. I'm going to leave it at that and put it squarely on your shoulders, Lily.
Jennifer E. asks, how is my ex Jay feeling about me?
Okay, I'm going to give you some advice. He is your ex. I would suggest that you move on. And going back and asking the same question is not moving on. It will take you longer to get where you want to be by not moving on. And I'm trying to be. I'm not trying to be mean or nasty or anything. I'm just trying to let you know it is to your benefit to just walk away. And having said that, I will ask how Jay feels. So he is decidedly undecided And this is a quote from him. Ugh, I don't know. I'd like to talk with her. I'd like to clear things up, but I know exactly where it's going to go if I try. So he's there is an energy there between the two of you that has not been cleared up. At the same time, he's not willing to go back to what was. So unless you're willing to shift your perspective, move on. And I know that's very, that's not what you were asking, but I deal with this question a great deal. And I sit there and I watch the pain and the agony that and it's usually girls go through while they hurt and wish that they were still with the guy that they haven't been with for years or a long time or not meant to be with. And I watch the pain that they go through simply because they don't let go. Okay.
Doreen 888 says, "Hi ladies, I'm 4 times Aqua, so I'm in for it."
Yeah, you are. And I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh, but 4 times of Aqua, that's pretty rough. Good luck with. I would suggest, honestly, crawl into bed, pull up a good movie or a bad movie, pull up a good book or a bad book. No, you can't read a bad book.
Mm-mm.
And just write it down, write it out in with Rocky Road and no thinking. Sometimes the best way to deal with something is not to think about it.
Princess Nee asks, "Hi there, does my granddad, who recently passed away, have a message for me?"
So, as you said, he's recently passed away, and that usually takes them a while to learn how to communicate. And he is still a little bit shaky about the whole situation, and a little bit unsure of how to deal with things. At the same time, he really wants to let you know. I don't think he believed there was a life after death. I'm not sure, honestly, but he's basically saying, I want you to know I'm still alive. And he sounds a little bit unsure of himself. I'm sorry. This tiny little rock does not want to stay in place. He seems a little bit unsure of himself, but he does want you. He is pleased to reach out to you. He's pleased to let you know he's alive, and he's anyhow. He's quite enamored with the situation over on the other side, and he keeps pointing at things and says, "Did you know about this? Have you seen this before?" And he's finding life. It's very it's all new to him. He's finding it very exciting, and he really would love to share it with you more. But having said that, I'm going to pull him back and so he can say hello to you, and he basically he basically is very entranced with everything. As I keep saying, it's very hard to pull him back, but he wants you to know. Of course, he wants you to know. There's life after death, which I think is a given. But he thinks it's quite important, and that well, this is how he says it: never told you I loved you enough. When we were on the when I was on the physical plane. So basically, that's his way of saying I love you. All right, your grandfather is quite an entertaining person.
GT asks, will there be a pregnancy for me and Mike in the future?
It will come after you stop. Pregnancy is there's always a potential. It's the stress the stress or the yearning or the need or the I've got to have this, that is part of the problem. It might be too that you need to have a little bit of extra help and to get pregnant, but I would recommend that you go to health food store and talk to them before you go to a doctor specialist, because quite often there is aid for that you can get for less than thousands and thousands of dollars from a health food store.
Yasmin Fox asks, hey, do you see any changes in my horizon?
Yep, I do. There's something coming your way, and this seems to be very prevalent right now. It's not what you expected. So there's a lot of things that are happening with people, and there's a lot of changes occurring, and it's not what you expected. And but it will be something that you go, oh, I never thought of that. I like that idea. And I'm going to recommend you very seriously think about it. Very seriously think about it, because it's going to be really good. And no, I'm not going to tell you what it is. If me telling you what it is, it takes away your chance to live life fully and enjoy it fully. I can do that, but mostly you want to enjoy life, and having the experiences of hot damn, it's kind of nice. Okay.
Jeanette Lacarte asks, greetings, ladies. I hope this message finds you healthy and happy. Sending blessings to you. Namaste.
Thank you very much. I always appreciate it.
Lola B asks, will there be any benefit from the Libra moving in with me?
I expect the benefit will be in the form of a lesson. And I don't think it's going to be after the initial, wow, this is cool. I think it's going to be in the form of a lesson, the benefits. Good luck.
Lee Chan asks, is MP trying to use me to get a free ride?
What do you get? No.
No.
Because it's kind of neutral to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a yes, it's not a no. And I think it will depend a great deal on how you treat it. If you treat MP as a free ride, as you're getting a free ride, then they're going to go, well, if I'm tarred with that feather, why not? But if you treat it as then you're going to be it's going to work out for your benefit. Okay, so just be aware that I think the answer to that is in your hands. How you treat it will be how you treat the energy is how it's going to unfold. And don't listen to what other people say. Listen to your heart. Listen to what you feel. This is more important than what people are telling you. Okay? And really, it's more important that you listen to yourself for this one. And I hear what other people are saying, and it really is irrelevant what other people say. It's more important what you feel, what you want, and what benefits are you getting out of it. Okay, so remember, the center of the universe is you. If you can see a benefit, cost-effective benefit for you, and I'm not talking money, I'm talking emotion, spiritual energy, etc., then go with that. All right.
Leticia Espinosa asks, will I see my ex again after quarantine?
I think you will. I just don't think it's going to be what you want. I know that's not what you're asking, but you're not going to like. I don't think you're going to like. I don't think you're going to like the energy after quarantine, because you will have changed. He will have changed. And there, it's like never the twain shall meet kind of energy. Okay.
Vidya Maharaj asks, hello, ladies. Any messages from my guides? Thank you.
So I don't like messages like this because I don't know how to deliver them. Basically, you're not dreaming enough. And I'm not talking about sleep dreaming. I'm talking about daydreaming. You're too pragmatic. You see an event and you put it into XOXOXO like a computer. Where in fact there are times in your life when it's perfectly all right to dream the dream, the impossible dream. To dream the impossible dream. It's time for you to dream the impossible dream. And I made that last little bit up myself. But it is time for you to start seeing potentials for yourself that you've never seen before. And they're not logical. Okay? And I know that's a really, really weird, like I said, I don't like those kind of, because it's really hard to explain. Okay.
AP asks, hi, Eliz-sha and Elle. Hope you're both well. Do my guides have any messages for me regarding my next love? Thank you.
Your next love should always be yourself. That's a given. I probably told you this a dozen times. If not, I've told other people a dozen times. because that's something I will always tell that if you want a decent love, you learn to love yourself. And it doesn't matter who comes in for you. If you love yourself, then the perfect person is going to be there for you. If you don't love yourself, then it doesn't matter who comes in. They're never going to be perfect for you. So how do you love yourself? Well, first of all, you get rid of the mind chatter that says, hey, I did something stupid. Why did I do that? That was really dumb. And you go to, interesting. Another lesson. Okay, what did I learn from this? Okay, I learned that. So what do I do with it? I let it go. And you look in the mirror and say, hey, who are you, gorgeous? Literally, you look in the mirror and say, hey, who are you, gorgeous? It doesn't matter what you think you look like. It matters that you have self-esteem, that you care about yourself, that you are not willing to put up with other people's stuff because they happen to be there. All right. So basically, that's what your guides are saying. You first. Know who you are. Love yourself. And how do you love yourself? You just do. And there's a lot more to it than that, but I mean 2 minutes, I don't really have the time for it. But just say yes to yourself. Okay.
Joy, Peace, and Love asks, hi, Eliz-sha, how are you? If I may ask, how does the Sagittarius have anything he wants to tell me?
Sagittarius says, I'm not good enough for you. You need to move on. And basically, when somebody says that to you, it's not that they're not good enough for you. They just might not be the right good enough for you. There's somebody out there who is right for you. And like I just said, look to yourself first. Love yourself first. Once you love yourself, other people will see you for your value. And you will attract the right person to you. And it might actually be Sagittarius. It might actually be the Sagittarius that ends up seeing you for your value. I wouldn't count on it because the energy I get from him and the energy I get from you are quite diverse. And that's probably why you're attracted to the Sagittarius, because the energy is diverse. People can get along with people who are opposites, but honestly, it usually works better if there's more in common than less in common. Sorry for that long spiel.
Tay asks, hello, I've been feeling afraid to be in my room alone for a month now, and I was wondering what may be causing me to feel that way.
I think that house is just, whenever I'm about to move, about 6 months before I move, the house starts to push me out of the house. And I suspect that's part of what's happening with you. It's the house is starting to push you out so that you are, so you're feeling uncomfortable. Look at your fear. Why do you feel fear? Because fear is the only thing that's going to mess you up. If you go in there and you feel uncomfortable and, I wish I wasn't here, that's one thing. but you said you feel fear. So basically, you're not here as a warrior. You're here as a teacher, but still you want to go from a place of non-fear. Always. Not fear is the only thing that can cause you problems. If you deal with the unseen and you have fear, you're going to have problems. So I'm blue in the face. No fear. Ever. Doesn't matter what. No fear. You may not like something, but you don't do it you don't go in and feel fear. So you go in and and I'm going to put this back on you. You go in and you say, what's happening, eh? And deal with it from a place of no fear, because they cannot hurt you. Nothing can hurt you unless you're afraid. So go in there, say, what's the big deal? And then listen. You can do that. You're very strong in the energies. You can hear things very clearly when you choose to. No fear. The only thing that can hurt you is your fear. That goes for everybody. Okay.
Jennifer Schwab asks, hello ladies, I hope you're doing well. Do my spirit guides have any messages for the next week? Thank you so much.
So actually, maybe it's because your daughter just had the question with you, but what they're suggesting is the two of you go in together, hold hands with you're okay with that, and ask the energy in there what's happening, and then talk to each other and find out, because I think the two of you together make a really good antenna and receiver, and work with that. I don't think it's anything. And again, if you go in with fear, it's going to cause you problems. If you go in and no fear, just questions, and take your dragons with you. Always take your dragons with you, because the dragons, there's nothing in the universe that the dragons can't deal with. And if they don't like it, they'll eat it, right? So go in with your dragons and deal with them, but ask what's happening. Find out what's happening, and deal with it. And I think that has to do with your whole week. Face the week without fear, because there's a lot of shifting and changing happening, and there's a lot of changing and shifting happening, and it will cause a little bit of distress. Okay. And if there's houses you've looked at before that were out of your price range, check them, and now the prices might have come down because of all the insecurities and unsuredness that's happening.
Toffee H asks, hi everyone, I hope all is well. All of you are safe. Can you please tell me will the subliminal I am listening to harm my spirituality in a negative way? If you're questioning it, stop listening to it.
Yeah, basically, because I don't get that. I'm not a fan of subliminals, honestly, because it's subliminal. You don't know what's on it, and if you got the subliminal from somebody who vibrates at a lower level than you, you're going to get a lower level subliminal. And just because somebody says, "Hey, I'm big, I'm spiritual," doesn't make them vibrate at the same level as you. They could be big, they could be spiritual, but If you want something that's subliminal, make it yourself. Okay? But honestly, subliminals, I've looked into them. I tried them. I don't like them. So that's my take.
Maria Herrera says hello.
Hi, Maria.
Toffee H says love and light. Namaste. Georgie Rawat. Apologies for butchering that. It says hello.
Hi.
Jeanette Lacarte says, I met a fella named Lorenzo. He says he's praying a relationship forms between us for long term. What is your gift? What is your take on this?
Yeah, I like that. I was thinking GIF.
It's gifted take on this.
I realized that, but you said GIF, and I'm thinking do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. I'm sorry, I have a bad sense of humor, and I've been working since 9 o'clock, and
She's loopy, y'all.
I'm a little bit loopy. But this is who I am. Ask my daughter; she'll tell you that's who I am.
Loopy and all.
Yeah. Lorenzo. Lorenzo, from his heart, is being honest. From his past history, I don't know that he can sustain that. The only way you can find out is ask yourself this question. Is this something you want? Just because somebody else wants it doesn't make it your dream. And just because you're a female doesn't make it a guy saying, hey, I want you. Do you have to say, yeah, okay, you can have me? We've been trained as females for centuries that that's how it is. It's not how it is. So do you want him? And if you're just sort of curious and, well, it's kind of neat that somebody wants me, walk away. If you're interested, truly interested, then you're going to have to take a chance. And yes, I will not sing that song.
You can change your mind. I'll be the first in line.
So I have another loopy daughter that could do it for me. But I'm going to go with it's a 25% chance for you. But that's 25% chance. I've seen men use that 25% and go, oops, I'm scared, and run away. So that basically turns it into a 50-50 chance. Take a chance, literally. You want to go out of this lifetime battered and bruised and hurt and scraped because, hey, if you don't, then you've had a really boring lifetime. And after, it's worth finding out. Literally, it's worth finding out. There's certain things you want to go, yep, had that lesson, don't want it anymore. This one is worth finding out. Make them write it in paper on paper and sign it. The last is a joke.
The Moonfeather says, that sounds amazing. As a Canadian, I gotta see it.
It is hilarious. Yeah, you will love it. Oh, I love it. Like I say, the acting is poor. The storyline is poor.
It's not so much the acting sucks.
There
are actors in it who suck at acting.
But the main actors are actually pretty decent.
But it's like Tim Rosen. He's a Canadian actor / singer. So he has a decent voice.
And he's kind of cute.
And I don't know the other actors. They're new to me.
But
so.
Most of them are good looking, except for the ones that look like animals.
I mean, the makeup's pretty awesome.
Yeah, the makeup's actually pretty good, but they take every big scene from Star Wars and reuse it, just slightly different.
or their last episode was Temple of Doom.
Yep.
It's a cliche-filled show.
Really is.
It's great. You'll adore it. It's stupid and it's hilarious and it's great. Tika says that sounds interesting. Jarji Rawat asks, I wanted to get some spiritual message about my current relationship. Me and Manav are planning to move in together. Will it be good for us?
Actually, the first energy I got was positive. Usually I don't. 90% of relationships shouldn't happen. People are just not patient enough to wait for the right one. I do actually think that this is going to work for your benefit. If he's what I'm picking up is who he is, then there's a gentleness, a kindness to this person that is something that is rare. But I also, at the same time, I also feel an edge somewhere. So watch for the edge. I don't think it comes out often, but it will come out occasionally. Okay? And when it does come out, then you want to be very secure in yourself, and you want to be very secure in yourself. It rarely comes out, but when it does, it might hurt. Okay?
Lily Dilo says thank you. Tari Avalos says hello. May I ask how moving out will affect my relationship with family/love?
So you're going to find that it actually affects it in a very positive way. It might be that you actually end up coming back to the family home more often than you anticipate. And love, that's a different question, I think, right?
Well, it was /family/love.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's two different energies. But the romance will definitely pick up for a while.
Nancy P. asks, does Celeste wish to reconnect with me and my family?
Celeste doesn't think it's a potential or a possibility, but give her a chance. She'd be delighted. I'm not saying it's a good choice. I'm just saying that's the answer.
Doreen 888 says, I will not think he and watch movies.
Sounds good to me.
Princess Nee says, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Good.
Valentina B asks, hi Elisha and Elle, I hope you're doing well. I would like to ask, in terms of love, what do you see making me happy in the near future? Yourself?
Well, basically, that would be the answer. Always go internal before you go external, and you allow the internal to attract the external, because the internal is, when you love yourself, it's going to bring you wonderful vibes and energy, and never what you expect, but it would be perfect for what you have. And now, having said that, so you're a bit of a flirt, right? There's somebody coming, and I can see you going, come here, baby. Just like from West Side Story, the Grease, the last song. And
I got chills, are multiplying.
That one. Yeah. And so basically, who's ever coming into your life next, You're the one who is in charge. You're the boss. And that's not the worst thing to be. As long as you allow others to think that they have a role of have an equality. All right. So somebody's coming, and you're like I said, you're a flirt, and it's good-hearted flirt. It's not a I'm going to use you. It's a you don't have intentions of using anybody. You're just this is who you are, and you're quite happy with it, and I think it's great. So I can't see beyond the come here energy, but ask me again later. But it looks good.
So we're about an hour.
Yes, I see that.
How are you doing?
How many more questions are there?
2, 3, 4,
Oh, it's getting a little.
5.
It's getting a little too much for me. Because I've already.
Yeah, you've been busy basically all day.
Yeah, I've been since morning. Since I woke up, I've been working. When tonight, no questions there though, so it doesn't matter. But Nikki is going to work. Nicola is going to do her biofield today at 5 Pacific time because life got in the way yesterday and didn't happen. I'm not due back on till next Tuesday, but honestly, I'm sorry. I just, as you can tell, I'm loopy, and my answers are getting more and more loopy as we go. As much fun as they are for me. I have other things I need to do today as well, unfortunately.
But yeah, we'll be back Tuesday.
And
sure.
and maybe
Aaron?
No, Aaron's not. Aaron's got a migraine again.
Okay.
Maybe I can talk Elizabeth into coming on and doing something because A, she's really good, and B, she doesn't do it very often, and I think she's actually gives great answers.
Mm-hmm.
So
anyhow, regardless, subscribe, like, ring that bell for notifications, for all notifications, so all of you can know next time we are on, because we have no schedule.
Yeah, and the more you like, we have a Thursday to Friday schedule, sort of.
Depending on the time, day, and busyness.
Yes, but if the more you like it, the more YouTube will spread it around, and I appreciate that a lot. Also,
feel free to spread it around yourself. Share it with friends and people who would enjoy something like this.
I'm quite entertaining, I think. So even if they don't want to listen to the other people's questions, I'm still kind of. I think I'm funny. I'm just going to leave it at that. I think I'm funny.
Yeah. I think that's it.
And I apologize to the people I missed, but please come back. So namaste, namasko.
Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week.